What's one thing you did as a kid that still makes you proud? So I was about 12 at the time, and on vacation with my family at this beach resort in Florida. We'd rented a condo right on the beach for 2 weeks, and I was absolutely obsessed with building the most epic sandcastles possible. I'd wake up every morning at like 7 a.m., grab my bucket and tools, and claim the perfect spot on the beach before it got crowded. This particular day, I'd spent almost 4 hours building what I considered my masterpiece. We're talking multiple towers connected by walls, a functioning moat system that filled and emptied with the tide, and even a little village area with tiny sand houses. Other families were stopping to take pictures with their kids. Parents were complimenting my architectural skills. I felt like the king of the beach. Then disaster struck in the form of this group of teenagers, probably around 16 or 17. They'd been walking down the beach being loud and obnoxious, but I didn't think much of it until they stopped right in front of my castle. "Dude, look at this nerd castle," one of them said, loud enough for everyone nearby to hear. Before I could even react, the biggest kid in the group just walked up and punted my main tower like he was kicking a field goal. Sand exploded everywhere. Then his friends joined in, stomping and kicking, until my entire 4-hour project was just a pile of scattered sand and broken shells. They walked away laughing while I just stood there in shock. Other families were looking at me with sympathy, but nobody said anything to the teenagers. I was too young and too stunned to even think of a response. That night, I was furious. My parents tried to comfort me, but they just gave me the typical, "some people are just mean" lecture. I decided I needed a better plan than hoping adults would intervene. The next morning, I started building again, but this time with a secret weapon. I found the heaviest, most angular rock I could carry, about the size of a softball, but with really sharp jutting edges. I buried it deep in the center of what would become my main tower, positioned perfectly at kick height. I built around it carefully, making sure the rock was completely hidden, but would take the full impact of any kick. The rest of the castle was just as elaborate as the day before, maybe even better, since I'd learned from my previous design. Sure enough, around noon, the same group of teenagers showed up. I pretended to be busy collecting shells nearby, but I was actually watching and waiting. "Oh, look, the little architect is back," the main bully said to his friends. "Let's see if today's castle is any sturdier." He approached with the same cocky attitude, drew his leg back, and launched the most aggressive kick possible directly at my main tower. The sound was incredible. Not just the thud of foot meeting rock, but the immediate scream that followed. This kid went from confident bully to hopping around on one foot, clutching his toes and letting out a string of curse words. His friends were trying not to laugh at first, but when he started crying, actual tears, they completely lost it. "What the hell did you put in there, you little psycho?" He yelled at me through his tears. "Just sand," I replied innocently. "Maybe you should kick softer next time."